Hi, he's Sam.
Oh, and he's Max.
And this is Movies Actually, our fresh take on new releases from both the streaming box and the box office. And on this episode, we've most definitely got our fighting gloves on, as we will be discussing Mortal Kombat II.
Indeed we will.
Yes, this is the new release, the follow-up to the 2021 Mortal Kombat film.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
I honestly thought it was 24.
I did as well. I just looked it up.
Time flies.
Yes. We are fresh back from the cinema from giving this one a look. This one came out over here on the 8th of May, so it is still hot off the presses, as it were. And I gotta say, I had a very good time.
Oh, yes. A very good time was had by everybody in the room.
Apparently, he had a very good time.
Absolutely. I mean, for those of you who have seen the first one, this one kind of picks up sometime later with the same cast of characters, and even some that you thought were dealt with in the first film come back with a role to play as well, as you'd kind of expect from a movie based on this particular IP.
Speaking of which, I will just get this out of the way up front. I am not a Mortal Kombat guy. I never really played the games. I knew people who did. I've seen people play it maybe a handful of times. Never watched any of the previous movies. So I went into this totally blind and looking for a good action movie. And boy, did it pay off.
Which is kind of really cool because, well, I was more of a Street Fighter guy than Mortal Kombat.
Street Fighter Tekken is more my wheelhouse. Yeah.
I did still enjoy Mortal Kombat. It was kind of interesting because it had the body capture, like early kind of motion body capture stuff that was done with the characters as opposed to the purely animated that you got with the likes of Tekken and Mortal Kombat.
Yes, of course. Yes, it was one of the first things to do full body captures, wasn't it?
Yes, so not Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter. Always made it stand out. And this one was always for the older kids.
Oh, yes, it was. Well, as far as parents were concerned, that's for sure.
Yes. Yeah. It wasn't afraid to splatter a bit of blood across the screen.
Finish him.
It was one of the first to do quasi-realistic gore effects that I ever remember hearing about.
Yeah. Which became, again, for those of you who don't know, kind of a mainstay of the franchise. Things got a little bit more gory as they went along.
Yes, indeed. They always had to outdo themselves.
Yes. Which was hilarious when they tried to react to people complaining about the level of violence. So that when you get to the point where you can do a fatality, you could also do a friendly.
Oh.
Where you give them a gift.
Really? I
didn't
know that was a thing.
Yeah, I think that was more Mortal Kombat 3 or possibly Mortal Kombat 4.
There was this a way of appeasing the parents?
Basically.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
Or there was another one, there was a babality, where you do a move and then you turn your opponent into a baby version of themselves.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it just got silly in the end.
But
Anyway, that's by the by.
Those are the games.
Yes. The movie itself is fun.
Fun, if you like that sort of thing.
This is a really fun film that really kind of makes you go, oh my god, there are still people who can make decent, pure escapism movies.
Let's be honest here, as if we haven't already made it clear, this isn't Shakespeare, but it doesn't need to be. It's a fighting film based on a fighting game, and as long as they get the lore and the characters right, it's really hard to screw this up, to be honest.
Yeah. The only one that I was actually most concerned about sort of going into it, from what I remember of the game, oddly enough, was Johnny Cage, which was the only sort of really, I'd say big name, the only sort of star attraction to it, obviously, being Karl Urban. And this because the game itself, as far as I remember, the character Luke Cage was
Luke Cage? Do you mean Johnny? Wrong universe.
Which is hilarious because when I was thinking about this afternoon, I made that mistake.
Oh, right.
And I was like, mental note, don't make that mistake when we film.
Oopsie.
Oopsie.
Whoopsie.
Sorry, Johnny Cage. As far as I recall, he's very much was modelled on Van Damme.
I seem to recall, wasn't Van Damme invited to do the body capture?
I think he was.
I think he refused for some reason, probably because he didn't understand what the game was about. Because this was really early motion capture.
Yeah.
People didn't really know what it was.
So putting him in this, and I was like, ooh, is that going to... But no, it does. It does work. They did what I expected them to do with the character, and it works really well. And of course it's going to work because Karl Urban is awesome.
Yeah, Karl Urban is awesome. I love pretty much everything he does.
Yes.
Now, for myself, as an outsider, I have to say that this did a great job of using Johnny Cage as a way into the narrative for us newbies to the lore of Mortal Kombat. And between Johnny Cage and some really quite well-placed dialogue, considering the type of film we're talking about, it managed to get the lore across really quite quickly.
Yes, it does. So for those of you who haven't seen the first one, I mean, it would be good if you have the time to check it out, because, again, even that in its own right was good as well. But I think this one, I think I prefer this one.
Yeah?
Yeah, because...
See, I have to go and watch the first one now so I can compare the two. But, okay, go on.
Well, yeah, just because this one felt closer to the games. I know, as we were discussing when we were in the cinema, there was a bit of a thing around the first film that they decided to create their own character for the film that didn't have any continuity in the games.
Yeah, even I remember that from the reviews at the time when it came out.
Yeah, and so that was always a bit...
Who?
But it was still a good film.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But I think this one tops it, I'd say. And if you haven't obviously had a chance to go see it, then do, really. It's good fun. It's bloody where it needs to be.
Yeah, I mean, let's not get too carried away with ourselves here, but I mean, some of the fatalities are fantastic, and when they go there, they go there. Mm-hmm. They're not afraid. I will say, I mean, obviously it's a 15. There's a lot of bad language in it that feels a little bit excessive. I think they were just going, we've got a 15, let's run with it. But yeah. I feel like some of the facts were a bit excessive. Mm-hmm. Kano, I could understand swearing like that, but you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being old manish about this, so maybe you should ignore me. But I did notice the swearing in a couple of scenes. It just went, they're just throwing them around.
Just because you can.
Yeah.
Xadrum is more than just curious content on YouTube. We're also a small publishing house with books covering a range of genres from 1940s pulp adventure to children's novels and even a touch of the macabre for those who like their literature on the dark side. Our titles are available in both paperback and ebook formats. Ebooks are available on Amazon, but physical copies can only be bought exclusively through our website at xadrum.com. Jeff's got enough cash as it is, so why not help us little guys grow and thrive? Links can be found in our banner and in the description to all of our videos, and we look forward to helping you indulge your itch for escapism. But yeah, it was very good, and instead the casting, unfortunately there's a lot of people in this that I simply don't know, so apologies to the actors in question. I should do my homework for the next one that you do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm the same. The only actors I knew were Karl Urban, and unfortunately I can never remember the name of the gentleman that played Scorpion.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say Ken Watanabe, but I bet that's the wrong actor.
No, that's not. It's not him.
That's not him.
No.
But anyway, I know him from Last Samurai and a bunch of other films. Beyond that, I didn't know any of the other actors, but I thought they portrayed the characters that I remember seeing in the games when I watched my friends play very well. They were really well represented.
Yes, and the other good thing about this, which I was thinking about at the time when we were watching, and why it works so well, is that everyone's playing this straight. With a lot of things that they did back in, like, when they tried to do these originally, these kind of things, that everything had to be a bit kind of tongue-in-cheek.
Winking at the camera, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and then it just ends up feeling like a parody of what it's supposed to be. No, they buy into the law and they treat it as gospel, as it were.
Yeah.
And it works, and it just grounds the film, and it just helps with that suspension of disbelief.
Yeah, it really does. Playing it sincerely works. Also, fantastic soundtrack. I don't know if I'll be buying it, but I kept noticing it several times because it was just lifting fight sequences.
It did.
To a new level. You know, the music really came in well. I don't know I didn't notice who the composer was, but excellent work there. Oh, I will say my one complaint is there's one shot when Johnny Cage falls and sort of bounces like a rubber ball.
Yes.
It's not good CGI, but it's just one shot. Everything else, pretty damn fantastic.
Yes. It's interesting, I was thinking as well that this is coming out now in a couple of months' time. We've got the Street Fighter film as well.
We actually saw the trailer for that before the movie, so yeah.
Which is kind of curious that, finally after what? I was playing Street Fighter 2 in France in 92.
I was going to say, I think it was like 1990 or 1989 was the first game.
Because it was really Street Fighter 2 that kind of put it on the map.
Yes. And
I used to go down, and there was a bar I used to go to quite a lot when I was around 18, living in France, that had it down there. And it's kind of crazy. So, like, we're, 34 years later? And they're only just getting the film adaptations right.
Yeah, actually making the effort.
Yeah.
This was brilliant fun. I enjoyed myself. I was laughing out loud in places. Some of the fatalities, man, just boom. Oh, yeah, that had to sting.
Yes.
This was really good fun. I had like one brief moment when I was thinking, how much longer has this got to go? And then it immediately became apparent that we were in the final fight. This film does not outstay its welcome at all. It's just the right length.
Absolutely. And it's clearly been a hit with the fans as well. I did have a quick look. So it was made on a budget of 80 million. As I said, it was released here in the UK about the 8th of May. It's already taken 101 million.
Fantastic.
It's just going to go from strength to strength. So definitely give it some love. As a new release, I'm going to give it the 2.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I had a great time. Especially considering I walked in blind, not knowing the lore, only knowing the name of like 2 characters. I was fine. This is a great movie. Go watch it.
Definitely. And again, just very quickly, I should have done this at the beginning, but thank you to everyone who's been checking out the channel recently. If you do like what we do here, please do all the usual. Please do like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, because we're good for it.
Yeah, we are.
And also keep your eyes out for something else that's going to be coming from us very soon as well, that may not always be as forgiving.
Indeed.
But more on that soon. Anyway, until the next time, as always, people, do look after yourselves, look after one another, and take care.
As always, guys, TTFN.